the day. Brian's electric RZR is finally ready for its first test on dirt. 6 or 7 months of work comes down to this, huh?
Yeah. Went over it last night. Well, I've been up every night trying to get it done, and I think it'll run a little bit.
There's a no donut for 5-minute rule.
That's a good rule.
Just drive for 5 minutes first.
Oh, the quietness is so nice.
Yeah. It moves. That's a good first step.
It moves. Wow.
It's not disturbing everything. That's pretty sweet.
It drives. Heck yeah.
Half lap, still fully charged, so it's good.
Wired something right.
Yeah, right. It's weird though, because you just hear everything else, like the suspension and the tires and the dirt. Like it's still loud. It's just not annoying loud. You just like worry about every other squeak, I guess.
Give us a quick recap of everything.
Motor, transmission. This is out of a Coda electric vehicle, so it's like a little four-door car, so a lot more weight than this. The batteries are out of a 40 kilowatt-hour Nissan Leaf, so it should have lots of range once we actually get it going. RZR 900 XP, 2013 I think, so it's a decent chassis. Kind of small, but it all fits, so I guess it's good enough.
So only driver gets seatbelt, huh?
I only put in one seatbelt, as seatbelts was what I was doing last night. Pulled it out of the passenger side of the drift car and put it into this. So we can borrow one out of yours if we...
I think you just hold on tight. Hopefully
Yeah.
You're not driving that crazy the first day.
That's the goal. First thing that's gonna break for sure is the axles.
I'm feeling so legit in this helmet.
That's a good...
Not bad, dude.
That's a nice outfit.
Yeah.
You have there.
Feeling. This is exactly what you should be wearing if you're going to be in a Miata that's lifted 10 inches and has this man fabricating every piece of it.
That roll bar is still connected?
There's no way it's taller than your head.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, how many inches of helmet do you think is going to stick up when I sit in that seat? I'm guessing 3.
At least
No.
your head
I
might
think
be
you're
below.
I think you're all right. I think you'll be right even with it.
Yeah,
So you
that's
just,
not
if
ideal
if we
end up-
roll it, you just duck.
That's true.
Nope, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And keep in
Sit
mind, I'm
down.
a very short
Sit
boy.
down a little.
I'm
You're-
literally in it. I'm all the way in it, man.
You gotta strap yourself down, it'll take out another inch.
How bad is it? About 3, huh?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Dude, I'm almost looking over the windshield.
you roll, tilt your head to the side.
Oh, it's a duck and cover for sure.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't roll, so we're fine.
Yep. The seat is only bolted down in the back.
Oh, I can see it, and they're not big bolts.
It's just one bolt.
Just one bolt. Here we go. This is cool.
The first video where you can actually hear the person talking.
I know, yeah, the first time ever we can communicate. Whoa, this gets really bumpy, but it's fun. It'll be a good test. It's handling it. It feels great.
Oh,
30 miles an hour.
30 miles an hour, yeah.
This is wild.
It's so quiet.
Yeah. Amazing job. Dude, how satisfying is it for 7 months of work to just...
I know, that was nice. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
a
it
couple
feels
of
great.
loops around the block, but like going over the dirt feels amazing. Nice and smooth.
It's quiet.
It's quiet.
It's gonna be so nice up in the mountains on like a trail.
Yep.
You're not scaring away everybody. You're not making a ruckus. Like,
You know
you
what?
just have like a nice, enjoyable ride.
Yeah. No, I'm just worried about running into people. Because, you know, like people get out of the way because it's obnoxious, but now it's quiet.
Dude,
Squirrels.
let's get you a Dukes of Hazzard horn,
Yeah.
like a Kucharaka or whatever horn, and then that way,
Like a little...
na 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 na. Stealth mode deactivated. Let's see if we can play a little cat and mouse.
Dust is a problem.
Dust is a problem. But how was it otherwise?
It did really good.
It looks freaking so cool. I don't know, something about it.
It feels super good. just from like never having driven one before, I really have no idea, like, is it understeering, is it oversteering, like, but it feels like it's handling everything really well. My seat moves more than I would like.
Well, you ready to go on the track?
I guess so.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I started with 94.5. So.
Oh wow. So 9200 means it's 92% battery left?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
cool.
So far, so good.
Do we keep going on the track, take some more laps, try and go a little faster, get some air? Or
Yeah, maybe.
cool.
Like
The worst
soft
jumps
suspension.
ever.
Yeah.
Like they're terrible jumps, but
Yeah.
we're just, this is what we got.
It's good to test out shocks and whether it's gonna rattle to pieces.
Like, this is a straight up trampoline.
It moves well! Dang, I don't know what I was expecting, but it goes good. It's not too bad.
Gotta hold on tight.
Hold on tight, no seatbelts. Safety is 69.
What do you think Gavin is?
Hopefully not in the barbed wire.
Okay, thumbs up.
My seat's not bolted.
No, just one bullet. Almost.
Not quite there, but it's very close. I don't know how getting there without a seatbelt's gonna do.
Yeah, that turn would be great. Oh, it's still there.
I was literally just driving and then it just shot over to the side. Something's loose. That is the most undrivable thing I've ever driven. And I've driven 25 plus different shit boxes. And all of your results in these races are making so much more sense. Because it's crazy. Like, it just has a mind of its own. And then you're just like, ah! Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
All right, well, unfortunately, we have broken the bracket that attaches the steering rack. That means it doesn't steer anymore. So we may be done in the Miata for the day. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue long term, but we still have the RZR. This thing is hilarious.
Dude, it's amazing.
It's so crazy. It's just silence. I mean, it's everything. Like, at this point, most people have driven in, at least been in an electric car. So it's all of that. But in a way lighter thing on dirt.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's very weird.
Because it's kind of like a golf cart.
While Gavin and I loaded the Miata onto the trailer, Brian decided to take a lap on the RZR and see if he could catch a little air. It went predictably.
So this pulled out, and then it went.
Okay.
That's it.
I got some grease around.
At least it's grease.
The last time I broke the other side, and so I have already cleaned all the grease off of that side. Yeah.
Okay, so we're missing one of these rings.
Yes.
So
All
that's
right, so we gotta search the desert for one of these.
Yeah.
that's specifically what we were like, hey, I wonder what'll happen if this droops too much.
Well, it didn't even really. You weren't jumping. I don't think you were in the air, were you?
I think I was like just
Very close.
enough for the suspension to drop out.
Oh,
That was half of it.
that's
No?
not it.
Not. That's the
hope
funny
not.
thing, because I've lost stuff here too before, and you see a thing, and you're like, that looks very close to the thing I lost, and it turns out not to be. It's just somebody else lost something very similar. All right, so our grease trail has ended.
The other two were very close to where I stopped. Get any donuts on?
No, of course, I knew that would happen. He was doing donuts with no camera, and I was like, don't do that. And here we are.
God, I don't want to touch that at all. That is real gross.
It's not in there. Dylan did again.
Hey. We can't turn Dylan into a synonym for breaking it.
It's not just breaking it, it's breaking it every time you drive it. That's Dylaning it.
Ah, okay. I guess you Dylaned it.
I Dylaned it.
Gavin Dylaned it, and you Dylaned it. Dylan is the only one that didn't Dylan it.
Dylan's the only one that didn't Dylan it.
I don't know why you guys are walking. This is much better. I don't know if it's more effective, but it is nicer for me.
There's all these nice flowers here. And there's just this little lonely guy. It's not
if
even.
you plant that,
it's not even that
actually
dirty.
grow into an axle if you water it.
How long do you think that'll take? I'm willing to try.
Yeah, you got to do something for these axles.
I know. Well, so the problem is what I actually have to do is take it and then, I already dropped it an inch from when I first built it. Now I have to take it and drop it like another 2 inches, which is a bummer because it's sitting on the skid plate now. So I'm gonna have to actually like drop it down 2 inches.
Make some sort of burly skid guard for it.
And then it's gonna hang low, which is stupid.
No, that's ideal in an off-roader.
Yeah, well, right. How else would you anchor yourself to the ground every time you wanted to go over something?
Well, and you have to figure out a better way to build these axles.
Well, yeah, but I know how to do that. I just am too cheap to do it. Because I wanted to learn these lessons on the free axles before I spent $1,000.
Okay, so you need $1,000 axles. How much do you have into this build so before that?
That's a good question. I've never actually done the math. So I got the RZR for $2,000, motor and controller and DC-DC converter for $750. The BMS was free, contactors were free, fuse was free, controller's like $300. So what's that at? $30.50. Batteries were like $800.
Still cheaper than
$38.50.
thrashed regular.
Well, and you sold your regular RZR for at
like
least a profit. So,
14,000 or something.
In
so
all
you're
fairness, that RZR did work every time.
Except for after you guys drove it when I had to replace everything in the suspension.
Yeah.
what? Us? We're so good at keep taking care of stuff.
I'm not even sure we'd be here today if it wasn't for that experience, though. I think that was like we all need dirt, off-road, fast stuff. Look at us now.
Our two broken down vehicles. No, when I got here, they were rushing over here, and then they just left their quads here. But hopefully he's all right.
So after further inspection on the video, I definitely left the ground. So whether it broke before or after that, I'm not sure. But at least it was jumped.
In a court of law, you caught air.
Or be like, you fucking idiot, that's why it broke.
Yeah. Listening to Jackie chastise people is one of my favorite things.
I think it's one of her favorite things.
I'll second that. Off the brake. I think you had it, but
it was
did we go a
close.
little too far?
He put the Tesla drive yourself mode into his RZR.
I don't have to do any input, anything. Modern engineering.